the year 1930. So, Professor Joseph David Davis is called as the father of geopolymer. First of all, in the year 1930, itself started, zeolite molecular chain has been analyzed by in the year 1945 UK by Barer. In the year 1950, Milton has started again.
I request the participants to close the presentation. I request participant Hari Prabha close the presentation. Hello, sir.
Start பண்ணலாமா?
Sir, sorry, sir. You please stop presenting and again start presenting, sir.
Okay. Whether I can start now?
Yes, sir. Please, sir. Proceed, sir. Sir, your voice is...
Some Hari Prabha is presenting.
Yes, sir.
Voice is clear now?
Sir, some echo is there, sir. If you have mobile, you please keep some distance, sir.
I'll keep somewhere. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Now it is clear? Hari Prabha is... Who is Hari Prabha?
Yes, sir, I will remove...
Yeah. Kindly cooperate.
So now you can present now, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm taking the PPT now.
Yes, sir. Your slide is now resuming.
Yeah, that is coming.
I request the participants pin the presenter. Gopalakrishnan, pin the presentation. Hari Prabha.
Who is Hari Prabha?
I request all the participants mute your audios and video and close your presentation.
Sir, can you able to see my slides, sir?
Not yet, sir. Yes, sir.
உங்களுக்கு தெரியுதா உங்களுக்கு?
No, sir. Not visible, sir.
Yes, wait, sir. Now it is visible, sir?
Yes. No, sir. Yes, sir. Now it's visible, sir. Sir, you can proceed now, sir.
Yeah, wait. Okay. Again, sir.
Sir, you can proceed, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So the global civil production, we have come across summary of 2010. Hello? Yes, it's okay
Yeah, yes,
It's
sir.
okay.
Okay, sir.
now.
Sir, it's visible. You can
Okay.
proceed, sir.
So flyer scenario, flyer scenario we already seen. Okay. Then comes to the utilization of flyers, we have already seen. Then history of geopolymer. Professor Davidovich in the year 1979 find out that polymer materials can be blended with the sodium hydroxide and found the new material called geopolymer. So a lot of research has been going on from the year 1930 to up to 1970. So 1976, first he invented, then he got the patent for 1979. So he started the Geopolymer Institute. So now Geopolymer Institute is celebrating 40 years. So he is the father of Joseph Davidovich, is called the father of geopolymer concrete. So I have shown this picture. So geopolymers discussed in the 1950s, already we discussed. So it's the combination of alkali activator, then aluminosilicate material. So what is the alkali activator? Sodium hydroxide and sodium silicate. Then what is the aluminosilicate material? Having the fly ash, GGBS, then metakaolin, then other materials. That is having the zeolite material having alumina and silica. Okay, this is the called aluminosilicate material. Alkali activator will be having the sodium hydroxide, sodium silicate, or potassium hydroxide, or potassium silicate. That mostly sodium hydroxide and sodium silicate will be the better compared with the other hydroxide. So finally, we can form the geopolymer cement. So this is the main chain, polymeric chain. Kaolinite, that is the first we called as the polycondensation of kaolinite. Okay, that is silica alumina material. So this is the main chemistry behind the geopolymer. Example, silica and alumina combines with the sodium hydroxide gives the NaSiO-AlO. This we call as the silicon oxoaluminate. This we call it the hydrosodalite or polysialate. We call it the polysialate. Next slide we will be understanding more. But this is the basic equation for the geopolymer combination. So what will happen when the chemistry behind the cement? Calcium silica hydrate is we will be finding out from the cement, and calcium hydroxide liberated, that we will see. But in the case of the geopolymer, water is released and there is no effect for the water. For example, coming to the cement chemistry, we have calcium oxide 60 to 60%, 17 to 25%, alumina 3 to 8%, then we have 0.5 to 6% iron oxide, then 0.5 to 4% magnesium oxide, then we have oxygen. So when we contain the bogus compounds, there are 4 bogon compounds, we'll be calling that one C3S 45 to 60%, CTS 15 to 30%, C3A 6 to 12%, C4AO 6 to 8%. So when we cement needed early strength, we got to go for C3S, that is 45 to 60%. Early strength mean we got to go for the C3S. Later we can want the cement strength mean we can go for the C2S. Okay. So this is the main reaction. What will happen? This calcium silicate combined with the water will be giving the calcium silica hydrate plus other amount of hydroxide. This calcium silicate hydrate gives the main strength to the cement. Okay, this is the chemistry behind the cement. So geopolymer concrete made using aluminosilicate materials such as fly ash, GGBS, metakaolin, and then alkaline activator solution. So mainly the setting mechanism depend upon polymerization. The curing temperatures between 60 to 90 degrees Celsius or ambient cooling. So unlike for the conventional concrete, geopolymer concrete, we don't have any water curing. It can be cured in the ambient itself, that is the open place itself, or it can be cooled in the temperature. Okay. heat cooling in the chambers. That we'll discuss one by one later. So main constituents, aluminosilicate having GGBS and fly ash, argoline activator, combination of sodium hydroxide and or potassium hydroxide and the sodium silicate. So you can find out that GGBS and fly ash having the silica, alumina and calcium oxide. Here fly ash contains silica, alumina and calcium oxide. So coming into category of fly ash, we have different types of fly ash available in India. IS 3812 fly ash states about there are two categories of fly ash, grade 1 and grade 2. According to the US ASTM C618, we have calcium class F fly ash, class C fly ash. Class F fly ash having the less than 10%, then class C will be having the more than 10%. So we can use the class F fly ash for the production of the geopolymer concrete. It is giving the more strength compared with the normal class fly ash of C category, that is having the calcium oxide more. So similarly, we can see the metakaolin also having the silica, alumina and the calcium oxide. Okay. So these we have the main geopolymer structure. This is the amorphous semi-crystalline three-dimensional silica aluminate materials. This is called as the geopolymers. So first one, zeolite, I already explained. This is called silicon oxoaluminate having the one chain. Then we call it the polysilicate having the double chain. We have another one. Then polysilicate disiloxo having the another chain. So depending upon the usage, this structure will be used. Okay. Suppose we have the silica alumina ratio 1, the specific purpose of usage is different. Suppose we have the silicon alumina ratio is 2, the purpose is different. Silicon alumina ratio 3 is, the purpose is different. So what occasion we can use? What are the things where and all we can use about this particular structure? You'll be seeing that on the below slides. So this is the bondage or covalent bond having the silica alumina ratio 1, silica alumina ratio 2, silica alumina ratio 3, then silica ratio more than 3. So this is the model created by for the geopolymerization. First, aluminosilicate material is available. Due to dissolution, again due to the water and material, it forms the aluminate and silicate. Then speciation happens. Then again gelation. Then reorganization. Then finally we'll be having the polymerization and hardening. So this is the structure created by the model in the year 2007 by the Dodson. This is the fly ash geopolymer concrete. The same model, if you go to the again detailing, see this is the fly ash has been produced from the thermal power stations in the coal is generated. From the fly ash is produced. Alkali solution plus this fly ash, in the dissolution happens. So we silica and alumina spacious structure is formed. Then again nucleation happen with the ratio of aluminosilicate oligomers. Then oligomerization happen. Then polysilicate, what we discussed as silicate framework is formed. Then final polymerization happen. Then this is the geopolymer phase. Then this is the curing. The final product is fly ash based geopolymer cement concrete. So this is the chemistry, this is the structure, reaction happening in the fly ash based geopolymer concrete. I want to say this is the molecular structure happening in the geopolymer structure. Again, another person giving the, suppose we use the metakaolin, how it happened? Metakaolin contains silicate and alumina, again polymerized, then we are forming the oligomer, the nucleus, then aluminosilicate material, the zeolite phase, then aluminosilicate, finally the form is, we got the geopolymer. This is the another mechanism formed by the another researcher Provis. Suppose we are using the GGBS in the case of geopolymer concrete. What is the structure in the GGBS based geopolymer concrete? So this is the glassy material dissolution mechanism of aluminosilicate glass during the early stage of reaction. So the GGBS contains glassy materials. So the exchange happens, the exchange of H+ ion in the case of first one. Second one, it is the breakdown, hydrolysis of aluminosilica Si bond, then breakdown of the deployment network, then finally release of silica and alumina. So geopolymer concrete main advantages: reducing the old carbon dioxide emission, the price is low, better compression strength, fireproof, it has low permeability, environmental friendly, excellent both in acid and salt environment. It is very suitable for precast element concrete products like railway sleepers, electric power poles, then marine structures. So this is actually what happened. Earlier studies, first of all, they tried with the different resins. See the compression strength of or working the flow of geopolymer compared with the other thermosets resin, advanced thermoset resin, then phenolics, engineering thermoplastics, then finally geopolymer works better compared with the other polymers. So this is the first aircraft produced in the year 1986 using the geopolymer synthesis material. 1986, UK Air Force has created this one. But then they produced a geopolymer cement. We call it the polysialate siloxane cement, having a good compressive strength. What I was discussing about, different ratios having different applications. Example, we see this one. Example from the bottom, silica aluminum ratio 1:1. We can use it for bricks, ceramics, fire protection. Then silica aluminum ratio 2:1. We can use for the cement and concrete. Then toxic waste incursion. Then if you for 3:1, fire protection, fiberglass composite, foundry equipments. Then again, we have more than 3:1. We can use it for the sealants for industry and so on. So if you use one less than 35:1 or less than 20:1, we can go for fire resistance, heat treatment, fiber composites. So this is the, depending upon the bondage available, silica aluminum ratio, what we are using, we can use it for the different applications of the geopolymer concrete. So this is the model. First of all, they created with the different, like an ornamental purpose, different architectural small elements they created. So this is the mold, toys and all they created for the strengthening, how it works like that. So this is the foam geopolymer resin concrete prepared, and these are the blocks of the foam concrete geopolymer. This is the first more 70,000 tons of geopolymer concrete for the airport in the year 1983. Sorry, 2002, 70,000 tons of geopolymer concrete for the airport. It has been prepared. 6,600 tons of carbon dioxide emission is reduced in the using of the geopolymer concrete, Brisbane Airport. Then second comes the 2013 Queen's University GCI building with the 3 suspended floors made from structural geopolymer concrete. In the year 2013, the building you can see, this is a beautiful building formed in the France. That is the Queen's University in Australia. It consists of the panels of prefabricated panels. These are the panels. 33 precast slag layers based geopolymer concrete floor parts has been utilized for the purpose of casting the complete preparing the building. So it is a road project in India. National Thermal Power Corporation, NETRA, and the CSR Central Building Research Institute, Roorkee have developed high-strength fly ash-based geopolymer concrete for the construction of road as per the Indian road concrete specification. a geopolymer concrete road set of 50-meter length and 3-meter width of 40 megapascal concrete strength has been laid successfully at CSR and Central Building Research Institute collaboration project. The Dadri fly ash produced by the National Thermal Power Corporation in India. Okay, so this is the first trial in India. Hello, we have the durability properties, resistance against acid, resistance against sulfate, then resistance against chloride, resistance against temperature. We'll see one by one. So this is the compression strength. So this is the ambient cooled geopolymer concrete in different ages. See here the compression. The ages has been shown in the x-axis. Hello, audible, sir? Hello, audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, audible, sir.
Whether I can continue, sir? There is some instruction, intrusion. That is
Yes, sir, Arun. Yes, sir, Mr. Arun, please close your presentation.
The screen is visible, sir.
Compressive strength of geopolymer concrete.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Compressive strength of
no problem.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Compression of geopolymer concrete cured in ambient condition. Okay. The Rengen has first of all tried for that one. So due to the number of weeks is increased, the strength also increased in the case of the ambient cured. In the case of cute curing, if you compare that one, the cute curing first of all reach will the maximum in 3 days, then it will be standstill. The strength will be in the same position. But in the case of the geopolymer concrete, ambient curing, the days are increased. That's months and weeks and all increasing. The compressing will be increased. That is the indication of the experimental results. And coming to the creep of cute curing geopolymer concrete, so what is meant by creep? Everybody knows about what is meant by creep. Constant loading, sustained loading for the deformation. So we can find specific creep time for the different days. So up to 400 days they created. So different category of.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry for the interruption, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, please stop presenting and again present. No, sir. The screen is not visible, sir.
Okay. Okay, I'll start.
Yes. I request wait for the participants for the few minutes. Yes, sir. Now your slide is visible. Hey, sir.
Okay.
Okay, now you can proceed, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the creep of cute cured geopolymer concrete. Coming to the acid resistance of cute cured geopolymer concrete, Bala Rengen. Okay. So we can find out that depending upon the percentage of acid resistance, that is 1% of sulfuric acid, it has been the sample has been increased, the strength has been reduced. Okay, this is the scenario of that one. Residual sulfuric has been reducing of strength. So this is the acid resistance of higher resistance and corrosion resistance. Then we have some effect. Adelson geopolymer concrete. So different source materials, properties of soluble silicate, contaminant, industrial regulation, then new material. Since it is a new material, the people will be very difficult to use in that one. So now I'll just make a quick summary. These are the people has been studied lot of research work. in the area of geopolymer concrete. Just I have given the brief summary. Since time is lacking, I will quickly go this one. Just I want to show you different people are working in this area. So now we coming for the preparation of the geopolymer concrete. Okay. So what is geopolymer concrete? I already discussed. It is a geolite material having alumina silicate material. The combination of alkaline activator, geopolymerization happens, and the final product is geopolymer concrete. So kindly be patient. How to produce the geopolymer concrete with the mixed design, I'm going to explain for you. Okay. So what are the mixed design assumption? First of all, what are the mixed design assumption for the preparation of the geopolymer concrete? What is the density of the conventional concrete? It is 2500 kg or 2400 kg per meter cube. Similarly, the density of the geopolymer concrete assumed as 2400 kg per meter cube, same as that of OPC concrete. Similarly, the combined coarse aggregate and fine aggregate should be done as 75% of the entire mass. That is 75% of 2400 should be taken for the combined fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. Next comes the fine aggregate. How much percentage? Fine aggregate assumed to be 3% of the total aggregate. Then the ratio of alkaline liquid to fly ash is assumed as 0.35. What is the alkaline liquid? Combination of sodium hydroxide and sodium silicate to fly ash is assumed as 0.35. Then the ratio of sodium hydroxide, sodium silicate taken as 2.5. Then dosage of superplicizer, if you need, we can take it, otherwise we can leave it. So these are the assumptions. First of all, we go to find out. Okay. Then from the experimental study, higher concentration of sodium hydroxide results in higher composition. Higher the ratio of sodium silicate solution to sodium hydroxide solution ratio by mass gives the higher composition. These are the very, very important point. Till now, we are hearing about what is meant by geopolymer concrete, what is the chemistry, everything. Now comes the mixed design, very useful for your research work. Those faculty doing the research, students who are interested in doing the UG project. So if you want, we can use the naphthalene based sulfonate superplicer up to 4%. Simply, we can keep it as required. Okay. So mainly, the geopolymer concrete depends upon the what are the different types of activator we are using. Whether we are using sodium hydroxide or whether we are using the sodium silicate or potassium hydroxide or potassium silicate. So from my experience and my research work, I have tabulated some of the researchers who have done with the different type of activators and found the composition at the value. Okay, this is the summary of the different type of activator, what they used and what they compression. This table gives the idea which type of activator we have to use it for the construction purpose or preparing the geopolymer concrete. That is the basic. I have just shown the table to you. So these are the data we have to keep it in mind while preparing the mixed designing the geopolymer concrete. So what type of sodium hydroxide we have to use? What type of sodium silicate we have to use? So this is the fly ash based geopolymers, rough. So these are the authors. They have taken coarse aggregate, sand, sodium hydroxide percentage, molarity, then this much of weight, like that and all. So this is the rough idea. Various authors, what are the mixed design they have taken and find out the strength also. So this gives the reference mix. We should not take the same mix what they given. So we can take it as the reference mix. Suppose you are using the fly ash based geopolymer. Suppose you are using GGBS based geopolymers, you have to go for same procedure what I was mentioning. Coarse aggregate, sand, then sodium hydroxide, then sodium silicate. So these are the different authors. You can keep it all this for reference purpose. Now very important now. One term is called water to geopolymer solids. Okay, water to geopolymer solids. So I given in the here water to geopolymer solids here 0.24. Okay, so Rangan has given the BV Rangan researcher has given idea effect of water to geopolymer ratio by mass and compression of geopolymer concrete. So he has given the reference table by his experience by his research work. So we can take it as the ready reckoner. We don't have any mixed design in the highest course, so we can take it as the reference mix. So water to geopolymer solid, we go to take it here. Then what we comparison set we need now, whether we are going for the heat curing at the particular 45 degree temperature or 70 degree temperature or 90 degree temperature, or you can go for 30 degree temperature. With that one, we have to find out the comparison, find out the water to geopolymer ratio. Okay. So what is meant by water to geopolymers and meaning? Water to geopolymer. Water means the material water contained in the sodium silicate. How much amount of sodium hydroxide we are going to take it for that water to prepare the 12 molarity or 8 molarity or anything. Then geopolymer salt mean fly ash, GGBS, what is the material we are using. So that ratio we have to take it as the 0.24. Or I have taken 0.24 as an example for you. You can take 0.22 or 0.3, whatever may be. Similarly, the ratio of alkaline liquid to GGBS, the ratio of alkaline liquid to GGBS or fly ash. We can use GGBS or fly ash. The ratio of alkaline liquid is what? That is the sodium hydroxide, sodium silicate slash GGBS equal to what? That is a 0.4 I have taken. Other things are similarly coarse fine aggregate, then density what we are assuming. So this graph will be very useful to determine the mixed design for the geopolymer concrete. Once the mixed design has been identified, then that's all. Then effect of curing time. Suppose you are going for the curing time. What are the effect it indicates? Suppose the temperature of 60 degree, okay, we are keeping the geopolymer specimen, then we will be getting this much of comparison. So this previous researcher work, Rangan work, we can take it as the reference and we can keep as a standard for us what we need the comparison. Okay, then we can go for the particular curing time. I want to keep the curing time of only for 40 hours. Okay, I need the 40 cents. We can take it from the reference graph. Similarly, change in comparison of Q-cooled geopolymer concrete with the age and age, different ages. So example, 28 days, 60 days, 80 days, 100 days. Okay, depending upon the what we need the comparison, we can fix the age also. So this is the sodium hydroxide pellets. This is the sodium hydroxide solution. This is the sodium silicate. With the samples already prepared. Okay. So what you have to do, once the mixed design is prepared, one day, previous day, we go to take the sodium hydroxide pellets, mix it in the water, keep the sodium silicate separately. Next day, combine both the sodium hydroxide and sodium silicate, then fine aggregate and coarse aggregate separately dry mix it, pour the solution. If you need water, we can mix it. Okay. Then suppose we are using the GGBS, we can go for the ambient curing. Suppose we are using for the fly ash, we can go for the heat curing of the samples. Okay. This is the complete preparation of the geopolymer concrete. Just I want to show one video regarding the preparation of the geopolymer concrete. Karthikeyan sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Can you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I am putting one video. Okay, I am putting one video now.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the 11th Geopolymer Cup.
Actually, this video having 50 minutes. I will share the link. You can take it later. Hello, audience. Can you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir. You can share the link.
Yes. Yeah. This one 50 minutes audio. That is the. I'll tell what is the next slide. First, I'll prepare. Just I'll put this slide. Then I'll come to that slide.
Okay, sir.
Imagine wood concrete as building. It keeps our feet dry and gives millions of people a roof above their head. How concrete is and largest user of GeoCity, responsible for getting up to at this time. There's a fast increase in production in many industries. Geoscience. Geo is work. It uses waste and
this is an example of geopolymer content. It's made by industrial products and activating products by alkaline solution, bind the get started farming.
Hello, sir. Gopalakrishnan, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, the video's voice is it's running very slowly, sir. You can send the link, sir. Sir, audio is not clear, sir.
and put these into
Wait. Karthikeyan sir,
Yes,
hello.
sir. Sir, audio is not clear.
Hello, Karthikeyan sir.
Sir, audio is not clear.
Okay, only 2 minutes only this video. Okay, only 2 minutes only this video.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Proceed.
Otherwise, we can close it, no problem. Okay. Any queries, we can take it.
You can share the link also, sir, in the chat, if possible.
Yeah, I will share it. Okay, no problem. Yeah, I will now.
And also, you can make it play, sir.
I want to. Yeah. Let the people can see now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We are also trying to demonstrate how this material works in practice. So we started with non-structural applications, 3D printing communication structural applications. The first one was the geopolymer canoe last year. This year, reinforced cantilever bench. And in the near future, we will cast the geopolymer bridge.
If we can put geopolymers into practice in the Netherlands, the complete production of concrete can be done without importing resources. In addition to this, we would need less landfill space in the Netherlands because we can make use of waste and industrial byproducts. By using geopolymer concrete, we are not only reducing global CO2 emissions, it also makes us rethink the role of waste. Geopolymer concrete might just be the building material of the future.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
You can proceed.
Audience.
Yes, sir. You can proceed.
Hello?
Sir, you can.
Yeah. There is the another video. Yeah, there is the another video. Just I will quickly run that video for 2 to 3 minutes only because I want to share our Professor David Tovitz sharing 40 years of celebration of the Geopolymer Institute in that video. Okay, I will quickly 2-3 minutes. I'll run the video. Okay.
Yes.
Welcome to the 11th Geopolymer Cup. A well-established tradition that I present what I call the state of geopolymer research and development. I do each year a selection of interesting scientific papers, patents, or events which happened or in 1972, and it was a shock for us. So I set my target in 1972 to create mineral polymers, solve this problem. And we created a private research company here in St. Quentin with our textile industry partners, which was located not far from here, 300 meters, in this building that was an ancient and closed textile laboratory. years later, and so when we started at Pennsylvania State University, because the job was in developing products and publishing keynotes and the videos. This is connected with 2016 was dedicated Professor Lynn Hopes building the station one. But we also made the discovery. We discovered the oldest job, the state of the geopolymer RD comprises number 2, 180 tons. These are monoliths that weigh that it isn't a lot of us on the internet. The first one was a French blogger that just took the 7 last minutes. So this is here, the application. We have a list of 30 commercial applications and on the other stage. Some are really industrialized, commercialized. I just presented briefly information. Yes, geofood, geopolymer growth, and infrastructure, geopolymer mortar system and growth for something that 1 or 2 per year. We developed a reactivity test in the sealant bleach resistance. So far, geopolymers that have been made by ourselves, 50 MPa, but we had only slag and fly ash from Portland cement. In other words, in order to cut the CO2 emission by 20% for the Portland cement industry, they will use all slag or fly ash available. They want to do this provided the geopolymer cement is not developed, because the geopolymer cement can use the slag and the fly ash more efficiently, and we can cut down up to 80%. So they want to further the selling of slag. The team understood that what they are making the representative, the problem is mainly
Karthikeyan.
Sir?
Hello.
Hello,
Can
sir.
you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir. I'm hearing. I request the participants.
The presentation is over. Any doubt? To ask any doubts means no problem. No doubts means we can clear whatever knowledge I gained. I will share my experience.
Okay, sir. Shall we discuss the question session, sir?
Yeah, we can discuss. No problem.
Yes, sir. Sir, activators means it's a admixture or something else.
Yeah. Activators means sodium hydroxide and sodium silicate is called as the activators. Okay. Not admixtures.
Yes, sir. Then second one, does efflorescence affect the strength characteristics of geopolymer concrete?
The efflorescence rate compared with the conventional concrete is very low in the geopolymer concrete. Okay, that study I have not taken, but from the study with the previous researchers, the efflorescence reaction or the efflorescence is compared with the conventional concrete, it is very low. Any other question?
Third one, sir. Any specific codal provision for geopolymer concrete for mixed design, or we got to do through assumption?
Yeah. Actually, in India, they have not formed any guidelines for the geopolymer concrete. There is no IS course. Till now, we are using the previous researchers, what they are doing. From that only we are taking, and with the reference that only we are taking now. But I came to know that the government of India is preparing the guidelines, mixed design for the geopolymer concrete. So what are the people, various people working in this area? They are forming one committee and they are going to form the geopolymer guidelines mix for this IS code provisions. Yes.
Yes, sir. Then how to improve the workability of fly ash and slag based geopolymer concrete?
Yeah. Depending upon if you want, we can use the super plasticizer and minor amount of water we can use it. There is no effect of water in that one. But too much of water will not give the exact correction. So trial and error only we have to use the water and the super plasticizer, we can get the workability.
Okay, sir. The next, sir, what is the lifespan of geopolymer concrete when compared to conventional concrete?
Yeah, that research is already going on. Already around 20 to already 40 years, Professor David Tovitis is working. But still more research is needed for structural application. In India, we need it. In abroad, they have already done. In India, we need more research oriented. We need it. Then only we can come to the conclusion. Now I cannot again confirm with everybody that what is the lifespan of the concrete life is 60 years. Everybody know 60 to 70 years that the life of the concrete. But now only we have to study. The complete research is going on. But already they studied for 40 years. The structures are already they built.
Okay, sir. Then why we have to use fly ash only? We are also having GGPS and metakaolin.
Yeah. We can use the fly ash. Fly ash we can use or GGBS we can use, no problem. Fly ash is available cheap. So the cost can be reduced. That's all.
Yes.
So, or you can prepare the concrete either with the fly ash GGBS combination we can prepare. In ambient curing, the GGBS fly ash combination works very well. But cheap curing, fly ash works very well. These are the things we are by my research work.
So next, for fly ash,
Anything,
what kind
sir?
of curing is required? Sir?
Yeah, whether we can use the fly ash or GGBS, there is no need curing for the geopolymer concrete. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Whether we can use it for heat curing or just we can keep it in the ambient condition. That is the nature. The laboratory itself we can keep it. We need not pour water at all for the geopolymer concrete. That's first of all we have to find out.
Yes, sir. The next is geopolymer concrete will give better result as compared to conventional concrete like compressive strength, structural strength, tensile strength.
Yes. Compressive already taken compressive. Suppose how much amount of fine aggregate, coarse aggregate you are taking, how much amount of cement, water you are designing. Same thing you can change it for the GGBS or fly ash. If you do that one, compressive strength, it gives the better result compared with the conventional concrete. Already it is studied for more than 1 year. Myself itself studied already. So it is giving a very good results.
Yes, sir. What happens to the geopolymer
Any other
concrete
question?
if what happens to the geopolymer concrete if we use recycled fine and coarse aggregates, because it will reduce to cost? Please and discuss about strength characteristics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Recycled fine and coarse aggregate, we can use it, no problem. There are some research works already done. You can refer some journals, how much amount of their, just say, fine aggregate and coarse aggregate plays the same role as that of the same conventional concrete. Only the mechanism, cement mechanism, chemistry with the fine aggregate and coarse aggregate changes now with the help of the alkaline activator and the aluminosilicate. That's all. The other things are same. Suppose we are using the fine aggregate and coarse aggregate replacing by the recycled aggregate. Same thing we can use it here also. No problem.
Yes, sir. The last
Any other
last
questions,
question, sir. What about cost comparison of
No problem.
geopolymer concrete with conventional concrete?
Yeah. When we worked out for the low grade of compressed system, that is example M20, M30 means the percentage of increase is some 10% increase there in compared with the conventional geopolymer concrete is 10% more. Suppose we are going for the higher grade M40, M50 like that means the cost should be reduced. That is my experience I am sharing with you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your given excellent presentation, sir.
Somebody is putting. Sir, sir, Karthikeyan, sir,
Yeah,
somebody is telling, kindly clear my doubt. Somebody is telling.
Okay, sir. I will ask. Which one?
Some chat box it is coming, sir.
Sir, what is the limitation of geopolymer concrete when compared to conventional concrete?
Limitation mean what aspect ratio you are asking? I have not understand yet.
Okay, sir. Is geopolymer concrete will be environment eco-friendly?
Yeah, definitely. Environment and eco-friendly. That is only we are using the geopolymer concrete. No, compared with the conventional concrete.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Besides fly ash, GGPS and
You can share the two. You can listen. You can share the two videos to the participants so that anybody wants to do the research, they can use it that one.
yes,
Okay?
sir. You please share the link to me, sir. I will share to through email to all the participants.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
definitely. Any other thing, sir? Any other thing?
How
Any
can
other
we
questions?
use geopolymer in prefabricated low-cost doors and windows structure?
Yeah. That is the main purpose of geopolymer concrete is prefabrication only. Because in the Australia, prefabricated panels, they are using most all prefabricated panels and they are using only geopolymer concrete. Mr. B.V. Rangan, first of all, he used the geopolymer panels only. So very much we are also trying with the tying, we are going to plan with the tie-up with one company or using geopolymer in the prefabricated panels only. The prefabricated panel is very suitable geopolymer concrete. Yeah, somebody is asking. Besides, somebody asking some question. It is not visible now.
I will check it, sir.
Yeah. Is there any replacement for this activator or something asking? Somebody asking. They are suddenly. Yeah, they are asking one question. Besides fly ash, GGBS, and metakaolin, can you kindly refer the source materials rich in silica or alumina? Yeah, we can use it. Now, latest we are doing the research on sludge waste. No, what are the sludge waste available? What is the material available in sludge waste? That also we can use it for the preparation of the geopolymer concrete. Any other question?
Sir, actually, the time is over. We can.
Okay, thank you. If you want, if you close it, we will.
Sir, thank you for giving the sharing your
Okay.
answers for all the participants. Most of the questions you have answered, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I will share the video link through the email to all the participants.
Yeah.
I request all the participants fill your feedback form, which is sent to you in your mail by 7 p.m. today, in order to generate the certificate. So thank you, sir.
Okay.
And thank you for all the participants.
Okay. Thank you. Dharmar sir is there or left?
Is there,
Hello?
sir? Yes, sir.
Sir is there? Sir irukangala? Sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, I will finally take 2 minutes to say some words. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, thank the organizer, Ramco Institute of Technology. Hello, Sir Dharmar.
Yes, Kuban.
Hello.
Thank you so much for your
Yeah.
nice
Okay.
presentation.
Yeah.
It is very informative,
Thank you, sir.
and the response
Okay,
are
thank you.
very positive. Hello.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I thank the Ramco Institute of Technology for giving me opportunity to present my experience and sharing with the participants. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Whether I can leave now? Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Karthikeyan. Thank you once again.
இது அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும்ல.